Hello, Nabo. Welcome to Monday, our first live in this beautiful month of October. And we are so excited to be here with you. We have so much happening here. And I know sometimes it's hard to keep up with all the emails and the social media posts. But at the end of the day, it's important to be aware of what's happening and show up because so many of us know that there is power in showing up. I'm Margaret Brown, and I am part of the communications team here at NAWBOHQ. And I am so excited to be here with Gina Hitchens and Elle, and I'm going to give them a minute to introduce themselves. But it's great to bring together NAWBO leaders, and I hope to have you on one of these lives very soon. So, Gina, if you'd like to take the floor and introduce yourself.
Okay, yes. Good morning, NAWBO. I am Gina Hitchens. I'm a president financial planner at GHG Financial Planning, speaker training, financial planning and coaching, and I am currently in NAWBO, Alabama, and I am so loving my NAWBO, Alabama sisters. We've just launched the newest NAWBO chapter, and I'm just very pleased to be instrumental in being a part of that. So I'm excited about that, and I'll toss it back over to Margaret. But yes, welcome and good
Awesome.
morning.
And Gina, what was your original chapter?
Oh my God, I feel like I first went in business in '08 and I joined in Indianapolis. And
Indianapolis.
life, yes,
Wow.
Indianapolis was my first chapter. And then life took me back to my hometown of Detroit. And when I went to the very first NAWBO event in Detroit, I looked around and I thought, oh my God, these are the same NAWBO sisters I just experienced in Indianapolis. And I so loved it. I immediately got to work in NAWBO Detroit. I immediately became quite quickly became NAWBO president. So that was a whirlwind experience. And then life yet again brought me to Alabama. And I looked around and there were no NAWBO sisters here to greet me. I was like, wait a minute. But luckily, I did come in contact with some NAWBO like women and shared the vision and the story. So fast forward, end of the story, we are now NAWBO Alabama proud with at last count 51 members, thanks to the dynamic
Wow.
leadership team here. And a special shout out to the NAWBO Alabama president, Dr. Valerie James. She is my
Yeah.
shero. She rose here, she rose in Detroit, she rose all over. I just love NAWBO.
Gina, that's amazing. I didn't know the Indianapolis part. I knew you had been in Detroit before and then moved. So that's awesome. That's such a great just testament to your leadership. And then wow, you're like, there is no Nabo here. I need to bring Nabo here. That's awesome. I
Yes,
love
so
it.
I'm excited about that. So yes,
Yeah,
my novel
that's
sisters
very
have been
exciting.
there to help me navigate business decisions and even many
Mhm.
life decisions. So it's been wonderful.
Yes, I love it. Okay, Elle, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elle Patu. I'm the Director of Public Relations for NAWBO National. I am your advocate in the nation's capital. So I'm really pleased to be here. I'm pleased to be here with you, Gina. I used to work in Dothan, Alabama. So it's really great to have another fellow Alabama lady. Enjoyed my time there, but now I'm in the DC area. I'm your voice. I'm the person that you're supposed to send your stories to. I'm the person that speaks with your public policy chairs on a monthly basis and email corresponds with them on a weekly basis. If you are interested in getting in the advocacy space, you're curious about advocacy, everyone should get involved. It's not just advocating for women business owners in your area. You can get involved on the national level. And I encourage you to come to our meetings. They're normally the third Tuesday of every month. They're virtual meetings, and we encourage everyone to attend. Next month, because of the National Women's Business Conference, we'll be meeting on the fourth Tuesday. But it's been a pleasure working with all the women in NAWBO, and it's an honor to be able to represent all of you.
Amazing. And if you all remember, Joy Luke was originally in this position, and that was, I mean, I can imagine those were big shoes to fill because she had been in the role for so long and did an amazing job. I know Joy for me was like the person who introduced me to public policy. Generally, as a young business owner, whenever someone would bring up public policy, I'd say, "Oh, I think it's time for lunch." But NAWBOHQ helped me to grow up and understand that it absolutely has to do with me, and it's public policy. It's not politics. And Elle, I just have to say that you came in and just so seamlessly, I feel like, have done so much. And I couldn't tell you, I don't think I've ever tell you this, but I just so appreciate what you do. And I know it's not easy. And I just thank you for being our boots on the ground in DC.
Well, Margaret, it's not easy, but it's important. It's important work. And I did not anticipate. Joy was such a great person to learn from. Did not realize she was going to leave, and we would hit COVID 2 months later. But when you drink out of the fire hose, I feel like you can get into the groove much more quickly. And I feel like I've gotten into the groove, and I've gotten to meet ladies very, very quickly. And everyone is so passionate, and everyone knows that in order for their businesses to thrive, we've got to work with lawmakers. We've got to look at how we can fix things and how we can make things better to move the business economy forward.
That's right. That's right. And I feel like there are so many issues that we wouldn't even know about if we didn't read your reports. And so women business owners across the country, whether you're a member or not, we are advocating on your behalf. And it's just so much better when you exercise what you have here. We have built that table, and we have a seat for you. All you need to do is show up. And it's phenomenal. I remember I've been to Advocacy Day many times. My first time that I went and spoke to my representatives in Los Angeles by myself, because there was no one else here, I was given a piece of paper of issues that I needed to bring up. So it's like I didn't really have to even think about what to talk about. It was handed to me. So that's nice. But anyway, I wanted them to introduce themselves because both of them have such a unique leadership role here at NAWBOHQ. And so there's just so many people that make up this organization, from our amazing CEO, Jenna Earl, who just has the biggest heart and voice and passion for women business owners. Like you have no idea. Listen to her when she speaks. She's amazing. But from her all the way down to me, who helps with social media.
Who helps get the message out there, the most important.
Absolutely. All about the messaging.
Yes. And then in between, we have all of our chapter leaders, the rest of the NAWBOHQ team, our sponsors, our partners. I mean, this organization is so vast and wide. And so there are so many ways for you to participate, whether you have a local chapter in your area or whether you can't seem to get to chapter meetings. You can get involved nationally. This is a national organization with sometimes a local experience. We have a lot of virtual experience. And before I ask these two another very important question, I want to bring your attention to the caption where I've added 3 links. There's a link to register and learn more about our annual conference coming up here this month. It's the Women's Business Conference. It is phenomenal. Last year we went all virtual and excuse me, and we still had an amazing time. Connections were made, business was done, and this is an elevated virtual experience. It is not your normal online meeting. So I want to invite you to join us. Right now, there's actually a promotion. If you register, you will be inside of your confirmation email. You will be given the instructions on how to give away 1 registration. So register 1 person, you can give 1 registration away. So that's amazing. The second link is a link to our advocacy page on our website. It will show you how to connect with Elle you do not have to be in office or know all about politics and public policy to join. Trust me, I knew zero when I got involved, and it was okay because I was surrounded by all these amazing women. I wish I could explain it to you, but I really knew nothing, and I had a little bit of interest, but there's power when there's more of us. So just showing up, I would say I am just a strength in numbers. That's what I am today. I never spoke, and I do speak now, though, just so everyone knows. But that will give you all the information you need to get in touch with Elle. Gina, did you say how you're serving? Do you have another leadership role that I'm missing? Or
Alabama, I serve on the leadership team because we are a statewide chapter, and a lot of our members are very new to NAWBOHQ because NAWBOHQ was not in the mindset at all. So I just serve as a liaison between the different members throughout the state as well as the
excellent.
leadership team. But on the national level, I do serve on the President's Assembly Steering Committee. And this is my third year serving in that capacity. And I just love having the opportunity to connect with the local presidents and presidents-elect and being that liaison between the local chapter and the national chapter. So I am
Yes.
really enjoying that experience a lot. I'm learning a lot as much
That's
as I'm.
awesome.
That's the thing I like about NAWBOHQ. We learn and we share and we learn from each other, and that's just a wonderful experience.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Wonderful. Yes, that's another way to serve in leadership is the President's Steering Committee. So the last link is the link to the NAWBOHQ Institute. And this is where we have moved our internal conversations to, our forum, if you will, our NAWBOHQ forum. Whether you're a member or non-member, there's areas for both. But we have the NAWBOHQ Institute, learning, engagement, connections, all in one platform. Click the link, register if you haven't already, and take a look at what people are already talking about. And you will meet people that you can do business with, people that you can bounce ideas off of. It's just more of our community, but inside of our own platform, outside of social media channels. So now, without further ado, Elle, what is your favorite NAWBOHQ moment?
My favorite NAWBOHQ moment was the last NAWBOHQ Advocacy Day that we had in person. And we were all standing on the steps of the Capitol taking a picture, and everybody was excited, and everybody like had their arms out and was being silly. And in that moment, I realized we together are going to make a lot of change for women business owners, and it's been happening ever since.
Yes, I will find that picture too to relive that moment. Gina, what is your favorite NAWBOHQ moment?
I've had so many, but I think the absolute best would be at the last WBC that was in Jacksonville, Florida, because like I said, I've been in so many NAWBOHQ chapters that I've just been bouncing around. And this was prior to us having an Alabama chapter. So I just made myself at home in the NAWBOHQ Detroit chapter. I was bouncing around in the NAWBOHQ Indianapolis chapter and bouncing around with the national. And it was just so much fun and so much sisterly love and just conversations. Like I said, business strategies, strategizing over food, fellowship, laughter, and friendship. And at the end of the day, you always walk away with that strategy nugget, like aha moment. So I guess I just absolutely love that, and not realizing that would be one of our last times together as a whole collective team. And then I did go to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I guess that was just the whole experience of just being together. And with going to the virtual platform, it's like there's still a connection, because we do need that sense of connection. Even though we're seeing each other in a little Zoom box, we're still connecting and communicating and collaborating. And I just love it. I love it. My favorite tagline is, I love NAWBOHQ.
I'm with you, Gina. I'm with you.
Absolutely. I love NAWBOHQ.
Yes. And this has been amazing. We did not do a whole lot of planning for this. I mean, this is not planned out in that we, have an agenda, but we really just want to come on here and talk to you freely and casually, and just so you can meet us. And we will be in person one day, but until then, like Gina said, you hit the nail on the head. Our virtual experience is incredible. And I do feel very connected. I'm the kind of person that enjoys virtual because it allows me to be anywhere. I'm actually in New York City as we speak. I do not live in New York City, but it did not take away from my ability to be with my coworker in DC and Gina in Alabama. So virtual is good. It has its pros. So thank you so much to the both of you. I appreciate you, and we will see you all on the next live.
Thanks so much, Margaret. It was great to see everyone.
Yes, it was nice, Margaret. Thank you. And thank you, Elle.
Bye.